Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Strategic Command World War II World at War, where I'm back with more world conquest action. Let's see where we still have a couple of things to do. Definitely not here around India, that's for sure. Either way, we've taken care of that stuff at least. I don't think any of these guys can attack. It's been a little while since I played. Of course, you don't really notice that while you're, well, if you're watching this as a Let's Play series. But right, let's reinforce the aircraft here for a bit. There are still a few units that I can give elite reinforcements to while I'm waiting for all the upgrades and all the other stuff to be completed. It seems like the Allied Navy is just pretty much out stuck there, and well, I need to get my Navy as close as possible before I'm going to strike. So I'm actually gonna send these ships out here, and yeah, just hope that we'll be able to take out the enemy navy on the next turn. I will try to screen these guys a little bit, at least with the cruisers, so things won't be a real disaster if these guys decide to suddenly move ahead. And like I said, I just want to move a little bit closer to those guys so I can attack them with full force on the next turn. Maybe I should have moved these guys already, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, that was definitely not what I wanted to do, but well, I can't take that back. For some reason, you are usually allowed to take back ground units movement, but not with the aircraft or with your navy, which is a bit odd to me, but oh well. Either way, with the war here pretty much done, at least for Russia, I've decided to go and send a couple of forces at least down south towards Australia. Once Australia falls, then we'll have the chance to go after the US, the final objective of the Japanese, of course. But we're not there yet, so let's just repair these guys for a bit first. And can these guys already... no, they can't use transports in that position. I'll just give them some elites. You know, we'll send them over at some point. Now, as for those partisan locations, I really don't know whether after 1944 these partisan locations, which currently have the no unit spawn picture, will change to actually also spawning the partisan units instead of just destroying the supplies and things like that, because that would be a big problem if that actually were to happen. Either way, there are a couple of places where I do want to have a garrison instead of a corps like that, so let's see if we can actually transport some of them, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Let's send them out to the shipyards. Can I operate them to Australia? That would be great, because I really do need an air force there, and I really do need my fighters there as well. I'm gonna set them to interception. These are not fighters, so I definitely need them down there. I'm building more, but well, we're doing the best I can. Let's just keep it at that. Alright, let's send you down already. And this is the 13th. I can only imagine that is an army. I'm gonna have to send these guys out because they have a lot of planes there, and these guys actually took quite a bit of damage there. A bit afraid. Well, there goes MacArthur. Yeah, let's get you here and these guys out here. I want to hold that city, but well, things might get a bit dicey. I'm also afraid of that position. Now, the Australians did take back Dealey there, which is not necessarily the greatest threat immediately, but they might have another unit there, so I need to get some unit from out here over there. I have to see what that is. This is quite dangerous still. We're trying to destroy those special forces, or not. Alright. Let's get them back up to 8 then. And I mean, I'm not gonna take this city with an army in there, not that quickly. And so go across is also quite dangerous. These guys did already attack. I'll just send this army here, put them under the HQ out there. Now I guess I will have to land here first. And then I'll just send them over here. I want to see what's in Darwin. If we can take that, that would be great already. And yeah, we'll be one step closer to getting what we want. So you guys can move there too. And then we'll send out the HQ as well. We have quite a few HQs that we can send, so I will definitely do that. We do have plenty of troops there, and I think at the very least we could benefit from having having 3 HQs there in total for now. So I will send those over. And as for these, I actually want to use a long-range amphibious transport because I want them to go and take this city. And very likely it will be empty, and then I can start moving up through this region as well and take a couple of those cities. Probably not the most important, but you know, we have not that much other stuff to do anyway, so why not? They repaired their sub. I'll just hope no allied units will go after the destroyers, but maybe they can't see it now that their submarine has fled. Either way, that does take care of the Japanese forces. We can pretty much sum it up there. And well, these guys won't go anywhere. I'm guessing it's because they're a bit stuck here like that. Let's just get into a secondary supply hex and I'll see where I can move them after this. It's not looking good this way. Alright, so let's zoom out a little bit, and we've taken care of all of this, I think. Yeah, pretty much the Navy has been done. We've relocated all the units inside Asia proper there. Alright, let's go down here. We've also taken care of this here. Nice. So that's all well and done. Then out here I've shipped over a couple of German units already, but they'll be ready for action on the next turn. Not quite yet, so they'll just hold their positions. That's also been dealt with. These guys finally... yeah, we took Cyprus, so that went fairly well. Once we've taken Gibraltar, we should be able to ship all the way to the Mediterranean with the Italian Navy relatively quickly too. I think those boxes will disappear. But we'll have to see about that. Either way, for now, I think the Italians are also done. Not much for them to do so far if there's no invasion and things like that. So I think our troops are pretty solid there. I had to send a couple of units back for repair, so I destroyed a decent number of enemy units so far, but there's always room for more. But I need to repair the the German Navy a little bit, and afterwards, once they're fully healed, I'll send them out again. It's going pretty well so far. So after that, we have Sweden, which is still neutral, which is well, with the way we are doing, almost blasphemy. So I'm going to send over a couple of troops, definitely the Finnish forces at the very least, and we do have 3,000 MPPs to burn, so I can definitely send these guys over. The Finnish forces will be going from up here. If I can get that HQ running too. Alright, they'll be invading from up here. I know that The Finns actually do have a couple of forces. They're not, definitely not without their own strength. Let's get at least some tanks out there. Because if we're talking about the European mainland, pretty much the only countries which are still left here are Sweden, Switzerland, and Turkey. And I want to actually subdue those countries. Well, I mean, Spain is also still in there, but I want to subdue those countries before actually going for the UK. And yeah, that means that at that point, all opposition in Europe will have been taken care of. That's the plan. Now, there are very few HQs out here. First of all, though, let's operate this HQ out here as well. So I'm more than happy to send another, or at least an army out there. Oh. Yes. And then one more mechanized. I do remember that we had some mechanized forces for the Germans. Maybe not, though. Alright, let's just leave that then. I have these guys. Yeah, let's send them. Alright, perfect. I think that these forces should be doing well enough, and I think they will be able to invade Sweden on the next time. They'll just sweep from the north over to the south, quickly take over these mines, which give apparently 50 MPP, and then swing south. Let's operate the Italian units, and I'll send most of them to Italy. I'll use the Italians to take over Switzerland. I don't really need Germany for that, I think. But they'll be taking their sweet time, because we are not in a rush at all. What I want to do is I want to repair whenever possible most of these units. Let's get the Slovaks, or let's get at least all of these guys close together, because their supply is also really poor. You're at 6, so let's reinforce you to 10 already at least. They're at 5. Well, I will operate them. I don't need Hungarian forces, I think, in the invasion of England. So, they've a very bad movement here. Well, let's try to send these guys back. And, right, so I need to subdue Turkey as well, so I'll be sending some forces out there too. Of course, these forces also need to repair and stuff like that. So I do need an HQ there. And where are all my HQs? There's one there, one there. Do I really have that little HQs? I have one there. Well, never mind. I don't need to invade Turkey immediately, but I want to do it within a reasonable time frame. I'll just send them to Bulgaria for now. I need to be on the lookout for partisans that don't seem to spawn in Russia anymore. That's how it looks like. It's a bit strange. But can we operate? No. Well, there seem to be a lot of problems with the railroad here, so we'll just move these units back slowly but steadily, and eventually we'll be able to get them out of Russia. There aren't that many troops left. Alright, there we go. I think I can actually leave those garrisons out there, and the rest of these units will surely I'll be able to get out of there on the next turn. I will leave these guys in Tbilisi at least for one turn. This force will reinforce us. Well, we'll be invading Turkey from two sides. Well, if there's no more garrisons, they might just as well go through here. And I'll use the Cossacks. That's not going to be an issue. I think we'll be fine there. Oh yeah, I also need to invade Saudi Arabia. So that's also a piece of territory that we haven't taken yet. That's why I put these forces there. But yeah, we'll be taking out all of these countries one by one. It's just takes a bit of time before we get all the troops ready and going. But I think that the only thing that I have left to do here so far, or currently, is actually buying new units, doing research, at least for the Germans. I'm already at 2,000, so that's definitely not going to happen. How about diplomacy? 3 chits. Let's try to get at least Argentina just into the war fair and square before I have to actually conquer them. That would be quite sad. Let's put this to 5. There we go, that's all the chits. And then I'll purchase some units. First of all, I think I can purchase the next 3 submarines. We don't need that many actual units, so I'll just buy something or stuff like this. These destroyers will actually be useful still. So let's just purchase at least 3. Heavy cruisers will also still be useful. I can purchase 1, which I will definitely do. Battleships will arrive too late, so they won't be useful anymore. I could... let's go at least for 2 more armies. Or 3. Want to get another HQ. Or not. Apparently, let's see how much we still have. Alright, 400. Let's just get it with only anti-aircraft defense. We can get the mobility later anyway. Alright. Excellent. That takes care of that. As for the Japanese, they might still be able to do some research. Amphibious warfare is already going to 5. Let's actually go for some spying and intelligence. Might seem not very useful, but I would like to see where those enemy units are. Sure. Alright, this is a ship that's out hunting. Alright, I think we're set and good to go. Let's see what the enemy has in store here. Now that we are done. Yes, let's end that turn. British Somaliland surrenders. And we plunder 14 MPP. And Spanish Guinea joins the Allies. Sure. Communist partisan activity, which is probably the last thing that happens here, besides the poor supplies. Argentina closer to the Axis. Excellent. That's what I wanted to see. Defensive air cover protects Norway German convoys. Great. Let's bring it on. Let's see what they have in store for me. I'm almost hoping that they will actually go for an invasion of Normandy. And that might sound a bit weird, but that just only means that I can engage the enemy forces much faster than we're currently doing. So I'm actually hoping for that. Which sounds a bit weird, but that just means that I can destroy the Allied forces a lot easier, especially the American forces, and leaves British a little bit more empty than it is currently. So I've already taken out quite a chunk of the Allied Navy, but they're definitely not out for the count. Which means that they still have quite a lot of ships left. And even a battleship down here. Close to... I'm surprised that they're actually seeing this as well. But it's in dock. There's a pretty big chance they won't be able to damage it. These already look like meteors as well. Well, reasonably protected, even though some of these planes do absolutely nothing. Oh, now you're intercepting. Well, if... Oh, wow. If they exposed that carrier out there on that hex, that is a prime target for destruction right there. If it seems to be stuck there. So 2 hexes to the west of Heligoland. Yeah, this stupid beat does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. It's a drop in a hot pan. And this is more worrisome, since we don't have the air coverage just yet this turn. Okay, those are tactical bombers. Does mean that they have tactical bombers on the actual cities though, which makes it a bit easier for me to take, I think. Because they don't seem to have armies focused there. But only planes, so if I am able to muster up a force and send them down there, that would be a pretty good target. Now it's the medium bombers. They have a lot down there. But I believe that the Americans really do get about 1,000 or something. I think they get a lot. And they'll send in another unit, but they won't be able to destroy it. Maybe they even won't. Yeah, I didn't expect that. But I would assume that they would have a difficult time actually moving those tanks at this point. We don't have any tanks for sure, but I can at least hold my own here. And we'll just send in the reinforcements. Okay. To check whether they have a secondary capital in India as well, because I haven't seen one, but they might as well have it. Not really sure whether that's actually the case. Okay, truant sub is... Oh, so they have 2 subs out there. Well, unfortunately we only have 2 destroyers. If I had any German destroyers, I would use those, but I don't. Okay, Philippine Corps suffers attrition losses all the way down there. That's a bit strange. Why would they have so many forces out there, down in the south? At any rate, we did go through that enemy turn, and we did quite well there. Heavy tanks now available for production in Japan as well. Kamikazes are available for production, and we got a couple of units, amongst which there is a destroyer that is entirely done. Let's just get this in Berlin and get that destroyer out there too. Okay, perfect. Let's start with Spain first. How much damage can we do out there? 0 and 2. Okay, let's see here. Let's attack. American planes, huh? Okay, I won't be able to get into Madrid itself that way, but I'm confident I can destroy those planes. Now the question is, which unit am I going to use to keep moving? I think, first and foremost, getting you right next to Valencia is okay. They can't attack anything else. Alright, let's get you into Madrid. EHQ. And Spain will surely fall with Madrid taken. Oh, this is amazing. They're just giving me these planes on a silver platter here. Once Spain falls, they won't be able to escape. And Portugal is not yet in the Allied group, I should say. So they actually can't do anything. Wow, that's brutal. Ugh. Wow. Okay. I will deal with that later. Yeah, they don't have a secondary capital. All right. Well, let's see out here first. Gonna try blowing those special forces there out of that town, and could try to go up. Let's just see here first. Let's go this way. This doesn't give any MPP. Alright, let's at least cut them off. And destroy them. Then I'll take the location with the tank and move forward. Great, so we're doing a whole lot better on this side now. Oh yeah, it's an alternate capital, Bombay. Wow, didn't see that, but we took it. So there should be no trouble at all. Well, next up. Yeah, so these guys will be always in supply, but it doesn't matter as long as we take the capital here. So I'm just gonna bypass Calcutta. Oh, hello. Heh. Well, oh, yeah, I don't think I can actually take that. Oh, 0 even. They have entrenchment of 5. Yeah, that's the reason. Well, I'll definitely go and attack this because it might cut off the supply for the Indian tanks out there too. Do need to take that city as well. Don't know. Oh yeah, they have a lot of these guys attached. Let's move you here. Well, never mind that, but there are quite a few units out here that have such poor supply. I kind of need to get them out. And I don't need that many units out here anymore. Did you attack yet? No. Wonder if they're getting supply from this. They might. Right, I'll keep sending these guys along the railroad here. Let's at least have one unit stalled right next to Calcutta. We won't be able to take those guys, but that doesn't matter. None of these can be upgraded or even moved somewhere else. Let's get them up here. And they should be in a pretty good position. We've almost linked up the Germans with the Japanese out here as well. Let's see if we can also make Mongolia fall. Seems like they didn't repair. So I'm sure that those guys are down too. There are no real transports out here. So I pretty much just have to move them like this. Not ideal. I'll send them back to the railroad at Peking, and then they'll move on towards Australia as well, because Now that Mongolia has fallen, they are ready for action as well. Alright. Currently, we have a naval battle on our hands. Let's try that naval battle out here first, because we have seen that they have these guys out here. And besides reinforcing this, I have plenty of units. That can go after their carrier. Oh. Well. Guess that's the reason. So they have a cruiser out there as well. Let's see if I can at least send these guys back. Also doesn't look like it. I'll try to hide them, which will be exceptionally challenging. I am... Okay, if I move out here... It's a shame I don't know how much damage this has, but let's send... Yeah, okay, they're naval tactical. So let's attack here first. Get out of the way. Get rid of the heavy cruiser. Get that carrier out of the way too. Now we don't have any destroyers, unfortunately, and these guys just happen to be on a patch of snow, otherwise they would be able to attack. Well, that's really unfortunate. I had really hoped that these guys would actually flee. But since that's not happening... Come on, out of range. Alright, let's send in the subs. Maybe they'll go for it, maybe they won't. I will have to see how badly my ships will get it. There's unfortunately very little I can do about that for now, at least for this turn. There's just nothing I could potentially do for them if they get spotted and destroyed. They might not, and at least they'll go for the submarine, and then they might go after this too. But well. Alright, I'll actually send the submarines out to that location as well. Why am I doing that? If the enemy sends out some nasty ships, we'll be able to take them down too, hopefully. By going into this direction. I'll actually even... Oh. Well, I wanted to say I'll try to block the path, but they have a carrier out there. Yeah, those naval battles, they are not easy. Especially with such a superior enemy force. Let's declare war. And I will do that in diplomacy with Switzerland. No, I want Italy to declare war on Switzerland. Oh, they have plenty of forces. The German government's political standing is affected by the attack. Mussolini's regime loses credibility. Well, what does that matter anyhow? That they lose credibility. So maybe that makes their national morale suffer, or... Don't really know. Let's take a look at the graphs. Or what... So, and yeah, this is not very clear to me at all. I guess this is the amount of units or something. Either way, if we take a look at Italy's national morale, yeah, it's plummeting by quite a bit. Probably because of these attacks, but I can do very little about that. German national morale is still quite high. Right, let's at least get rid of that. Okay. That's a lot of garrisons. Let's operate you guys out there too. Maybe I can get an HQ going. Yeah. Let's send that HQ out there. Great. So Spain has been taken. We're going after those guys now. Let's see what we can do in the air. And with artillery as well. Let's first off just attach most of these for better supplies. There we go. Then, if I repair them, I can't move anywhere else. Let's see. They have entrenchment of 3. So I'll just attack first. I don't mind spending a bit of points. Getting that entrenchment lowered at Alagela. Okay. Now that we've done that, let's use some bombers. I hope I can reach it here. Not having too much luck, but I think we might be able to crush our way through. All of them are doing less damage than expected. But this one didn't. Okay, shattered. Great. That means that I can get into Alagela with the tanks, take it, and then go after this garrison here. Excellent. And I can even attack this side here. Already damaging these guys. They'll probably repair, but it's not such a big deal. I have at least Italian fighter coverage. It's something. No, those guys aren't really doing too well, actually. Moreover, I think I'm better off sending them to the Italian mainland regardless. Alright. I did do quite well, though. Destroying at least that German army there. That was pretty good. These guys can finally get out of there. And, you know, I'll just send them over here to... over to Tobruk. Get some repairs going, get them under the HQ, and start harassing the Americans. Trying to make our way all the way up till this territory here. Of course, Spanish Morocco, that is. Good. Either way, I think... well, let's actually deal with this as well. That went fairly well. Let's attach these, and I will have to go through any direction here. So let's try to get those Italian forces moving. Didn't get Nairobi, but that's to be expected from such a weak garrison. I'll continue and try to take Nairobi with the other units, and then they'll move down south. As well. Right, so like I said, I think my time is up this time. I want to thank you all for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And I will see you all in the next episode where we'll continue. We'll start the invasion of Sweden as well. We'll see how the battles in Europe, Middle East, North Africa, India, and of course in Australia will continue. Might be able to destroy a unit here or there. One thing that I'm still curious about though is, can I take this? Yes, I can. Let's see how they'll be doing with supplies. potentially not too great, but again, we'll see how it goes. Either way, thanks for watching and see you all next time.